Welcome back to our channel, and thank you all for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. And we shall continue to bring you the latest news as they happen so as to expose the lies and the evils of the Nigerian government to the whole world. If you are new to our channel, please support us by subscribing, because together we shall walk with our great leader, Mazen Kanu, IPOB, Eastern Security Network, and other Biafran news channels to make our Biafran dream come to pass. He say, my brothers and my sisters, the Yoruba nations, under the aegis of Oduduwa United on Saturday, defied the Nigerian government threat and they stormed the streets of Osogbo, Osun State, southwest Nigeria, to ask and demand for Yoruba's nation's freedom and independence. And this is something we Biafrans are happy about, because we need to fight for our freedom from this Janjaweed Nigerian Fulani government. We need our freedom. Like our great leader, Mazen Kanu, has said severally, that this generation of Yorubas are fearless and are ready to fight for the freedom of the Yoruba nation from the zoo called Nigeria. And that is something every freedom lover in the zoo must do. This protest was led by one of the leaders, I would say, is Chief Sunday Igboho, and they carried placard, banners, chanting for freedom, and singing freedom song and distributing handbills to people along the streets. This action or step taken by the Yoruba freedom fighters is good. It's good. It's a welcome development. IPOB had tried this method in the past, but the Fulani Janjaweeds are not civilized enough, and they won't let you go with gentle approach, because this is a gentle approach. Fulani would never let you go. Even the Bible records that you have to take it by force, and force is the only language that the Fulani Janjaweed clearly understand. That's the only language they understand. And they respect that. They respect force. The Janjaweed Fulanis knows that our leader, Mazen Kanu, understand their tricks very well. He has studied the Fulani. Mazen Kanu have studied them, from the beginning to present, to where they are now. So he knows all the steps they are taking. He knows all their tricks. And that is why they tremble at the name of, when you mention Nnamdi Kanu to a Fulani Janjaweed, he will be so scared. And they have been using different channels to beg him for dialogue and to accept restructuring. But our leader will never listen to them, because he can't go this far and listen to a mere Janjaweed Fulani. They are not on the same level. He's 100 years, more wise than them. The gap is too much. It's too much. It's too much. Because the Janjaweed won't survive if Biafra is allowed to go. That's their scare. That's why they are afraid of leaving. They are afraid that they will never succeed, or they will never survive if they allow Biafra go. That is it. Our leader, Mazen Kanu, knows that peaceful protest does not move the Fulani Janjaweed. It doesn't move them. It doesn't even move them a bit, because they have bags full of their evil tricks. They have bags full of it. And engaging them peacefully will help them buy time. You are helping them to buy time. And they will infiltrate your ancestral lands. And before you know it, the Janjaweed have surrendered you, and you will have no way of escape. That is how they operate. That's how the Janjaweeds operate. The Janjaweed Fulanis, they use that same trick in Kwara. Kwara is a Yoruba land. It's a Yoruba ancestral land. When a Fulani scholar called Alimi, he was able to deceive Afonja, a Yoruba prince and warrior. He deceived him. And that one, trickishly, he didn't know that Alimi was a fraudster. And before you know it, Afonja was killed by Alimi's son. And the Fulanis took the Yoruba land of Kwara, for the Sokoto Caliphate. And since then, they've been fighting to keep Kwara State as part of Sokoto Caliphate. And that is why each time they do any state creation, they always push Kwara to the north. To the north. But when the election comes and one Kwara, wants to be president or something, they will say, oh no, you are Yoruba, That's when they will know that they are Yoruba. But when they start their trick, they will say, oh yeah, Kwara is part of Sokoto Caliphate. That's what they do. And that is what they are trying to do to the remaining Yoruba lands. The only reason why the Nigerian army or police are not showing any force in Yoruba land is because they believe that the Yorubas are in Fulani pockets. That's what they believe. And they know or they believe that the Yorubas are no threat to the Fulanis because majority of the Yorubas, especially their politicians, they prefer restructuring to secession because they believe that restructuring, they could still lay their hands on Biafra oil. That's what they do. That's what they think. They can still control, and the Fulani thinks that with restructuring, they are pretending as if they don't want it now because the plan, what they plan is not working. So they will settle for less, which is restructuring. They like it because they believe that they can still control the other regions through proxy, by installing their stooge in other regions who will be doing their bidding. And with no time, they will take over those other regions. That's what they're planning. But with this new crop of Yoruba freedom fighters, the Fulani Janjaweed, they believe that the 2023 presidential tickets and the Yoruba Muslim can be used to silence the, freedom fights. That's what they believe. That's what the Fulani believes. But because the Yoruba youth have seen the truth, the Yoruba youth have seen the truth, and they are ready to follow the path being preached by our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Fulani Janjaweed have now trickishly started their war against the Yoruba nation. The Fulani Nigerian custom officers killed 4 Yoruba Muslims at Isheyin, Oyo State, southwest Nigeria. While these innocent Yoruba Muslims were celebrating their Muslim festival, but the Fulani custom officers lied that they were smugglers, that they are smugglers. But in the north, in the northern border, where smuggling is prevalent and is unhindered, the Nigerian custom officers have never arrested any Fulani smuggler, talk less of killing them. No, they have never done such. Also, the terrorist Fulani bandits, numbering over 30 of them, invaded a village in Osun State, shooting indiscriminately and sporadically, and they killed two innocent Yoruba indigenes. And these Yoruba indigenes are also Yoruba Muslims. They killed them. But when the police were asked about the incidents, they gave names of Yorubas as the name of the suspected bandits, so as to absolve the Fulani terrorists who committed these crimes. Just as they did in Ore some years back, when the daughter of Pa Fatou Riti, one of the Afenifere chieftain, was killed by the same Fulani bandits. Until today, nothing has been heard about that incident. They have quietly swept it under the carpet. My brothers and my sisters, I thank you for watching our video and thank you for supporting us. Please watch out for the next, and bye-bye for now.